So now you know what are the functions of menus. So after this particular topic, we have contents of menus. So let us see what are the contents of menus, or you can say that what are the elements of menus. So question may appear as what are the elements of menus. It consists of context, title, choice descriptions, and completion instructions. Okay, so let us elaborate these particular topics in the next slides. Menu context. A menu context provides information to keep the user oriented. So you can say that, what do you mean by user oriented? So if any system is designed with user convenience, and if it is given priority, or you can say user convenience is given priority, then we say it as user oriented. So now your menu, whatever you have designed, should be user oriented. Okay, and it should provide the information to the user, and it should be helpful for the user. So this kind of information is critical in complex or hierarchical menu systems where loss of positions can easily occur. So if you have the normal simple kind of menu list, there won't be much of the problem, and it is this kind of single menu list will be always helpful for the user, or you can say it will be always user oriented. But the user orientation will be less in case of hierarchical menu systems. That means you can say that how a hierarchical menu will be, and if the depth of the hierarchical menu is more. Okay, if it is the depth is very less, means no problem. If the depth of the hierarchical menu is more, then you will be not knowing where exactly you are, from which particular menu list you have chosen, and where exactly in which menu list you are. So you cannot go back and change your answers easily in case of hierarchical menus. So that is one of the main complexity you have in hierarchical menus. Okay, so but you can provide feedback in case of menu list, whatever you have. So feedback is necessary to tell that users where they are in the process. Okay, so users will be knowing where exactly they are in the process, or you can say what are their past choices, how much further they still have to navigate. So uh, these are the uses, or these are the uh, available options you have because of the feedback. Okay, so you can say that because of feedback you create in your menu, you can have, the user will be knowing where exactly he is. Okay, which process he is doing, or what are his answers in the previous menu list, and or which choices were he has chosen in the particular menu list, and what how much again he has to go further, or he has to go in navigating in the menus. Okay, so that also will be seen if you are having a proper feedback from the system or the UI. Okay, so here you are going to have two kinds of linkage, that is verbal linkage and spatial linkage, or both of the kinds you may have, that is verbal linkage as well as spatial linkage, that will be used to provide navigation feedbacks. Let us see what is verbal linkage. Verbal linkage includes or involves providing on the current menu screen a listing of choices made on the previous menus that have led to this position. So this particular verbal linkage will provide the information to the user that where exactly he is, in which position he is, and from where he has led to that particular position, from which particular choice he has when he has chosen certain choice, from which choice he has led to the particular next menu list. Okay, so that will be known if there is a verbal linkage. The verbal linkage is selected on previous menus and its content should be reflected in its title. And next thing is spatial linkage you have. Spatial linkage is accomplished by graphical methods. So this is spatial linkage is different kind you have. First one you have verbal linkage, is it? The second kind you have spatial linkage. It provides again the feedback itself but in a graphical method. Each succeeding menu screen will be displayed and overlapping the previous menu screen so as the succession of choices can be seen in a single view. So spatial linkage is a graphical method of providing the feedback where you can understand the menu list. Okay, the menu list will be generally overlapping one another and you'll be knowing how many levels or uh, how many menu lists you have passed through to reach the particular menu list. Okay, so that will be shown in a graphical method. So that is called spatial linkage. Next content of menus, we have menu title. So all of you know what is a title. A menu title provides context for the current set of choices. Okay, so you know for any menu you'll be provided with certain title and again the title, under the title you may have set of choices. The title must reflect choice selected on previously displayed menu. And next we have choice descriptions. Let us see what are choice descriptions. Choice descriptions are the alternatives available to the user. So under the menu, if you are chosen with the menu will consist of again the choices, choice 1, choice 2, choice 3 like this. Okay, so choice description, so you have to give certain names for these choices. Okay, or you will be providing actually the alternatives for the users. Okay, choice is nothing but the uh, one of the way you are giving the alternatives to the user. Okay, choice descriptions are the alternatives available to the user, you can see. So these descriptions can range from mnemonic, numeric or alphabetized listing of choices to single words or phrases to full sentences or more. So you may have the choice descriptions as with numbers. Okay, maybe if you are giving grades, okay, you may be provided with the 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, you can choose the values there in the menu list. Okay, so that is numeric way. Another one you have alphabetized. So suppose you are given with grades A, B, C, D. Okay, you may choose if suppose the content is very good, you may choose it as A, or if the content is poor, then you may give your feedback as D. So this is all like alphabetized listing of choices, you can see. Or sometimes you'll be provided with single words. Okay, like multiple choice questions you have online test when they conduct, you are given with menu list and under that menu list you may be given with 4 choices. Okay, and choices will contain again so they are the alternatives, you can say. You can choose any of the choice there, choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. So here the choices will be again there with certain answers, is it? Finally it will be an answer. So this may be single words or sometimes it may be phrases or full sentences or anything, many more you have. Okay. So the style chosen will reflect the experience of the user, the nature of choices and the nature of selection mechanism and the nature of the system. Okay, so depending upon the user's experience you can choose any of the choice. So suppose if your user is very well expert in using the user interface, then you can choose hierarchical menus. Okay, so that is left to you. So you can choose any kind, and the style chosen may be also depending upon the nature of choices. Okay, so what kind of choices you are going to select, on nature of selection mechanism, and also nature of the system you are using. So these are about choice descriptions. So selection mechanism, when you're saying, you can say that whether you are using keyboard or mouse. So to select the particular choice, you may be either using the, normally you use mouse, is it? Or you can use keyboard also. So that is called selection mechanism. And when you are saying about the nature of the system, nature of the system means the application may be business system applications, or your system may be actually you are using with the websites. Okay, in websites also you get choices in the menu list or the menu list, is it? So that is about nature of the system. The nature of the system can be either your you can say that the user interface, or some business systems also will be having user interface, that systems also you can consider. Or suppose if you are using the websites, then that's also where the system exists. And the nature of choices, when you are talking about nature of choices for well learned this users, okay, you can have a different kind of choice or alternatives, you can say. So that is about nature of choices. Okay, so based on all these concepts, you can choose any of the style. Completion instructions. Completion instructions tell users how to indicate their choices. Okay, so they may include why the user is being asked to make this choice and the impact the choice will have on the subsequent processes. So normally explicit instructions may be needed for the first time or casual users of the system, and if the system users are experienced users, then you will be find overly overviews of instructions unnecessary. Okay, so here the needs of the system users and the nature of the system must be again considered in creating the kind of on-screen guidance. So here the completion instructions are very much necessary for the normal new users or the inexperienced users. Okay, completion instructions. So you may be say that you are using a ATM machine. Okay, so after the transact, you'll be, if you are well versed with using the particular ATM machine, then blindly you may go on selecting the menus, and finally you will be provided the transaction is complete, something like this instructions will be given. So if you are a first time user, every feedback from the system is very important for you, is it? So completion instructions are very much important if you are a new user or an inexperienced user. And if suppose you are experienced user, then those instructions may be unnecessary for you. So that is mainly we are talking about completion instructions in case of menu list. Okay, so these completion instructions tell users how to indicate their choices.